Let's review Blitzer, the brand new SSL native plugin. In this video, we're gonna go through the functionalities and I'm gonna show you how to use this compressor plugin on vocals. So stay with me because there are some interesting stuff here that you don't wanna miss out. Okay, we have the plugin here. According to my information that I got from SSL, this plugin inspired by the 1076 and the LA2A hardware. But as I look at it, it seems more and more like to me as the Avalon 737 for its functionalities. And now that we know the background story, let's dive into the functions and the knobs. First off, we have a couple of cool features in the bottom corner. So if you click on this question mark, when you hover your mouse over a knob, it's gonna give you some information. What does that knob do? Then we have a HQ knob here that stands for high quality. As you can see of the description, it introduces you some latency, but you get a higher quality result. Okay, now that we know these cool features, let's move into the knobs. So we have the input gain here. If you add more input signal, you get more compression. And we have the output here that controls the output signal. One of the features I really like here is the auto gain button. So the plugin automatically compensates you the loudness when it's on. We also have a mix section here where you can blend the processed and the unprocessed signal. And before we move on, let's have a quick listen by using only these knobs. So first I'm gonna use the default. By the way, this is the vocal chain here and I added Blitzer as a third plugin. So let's have a quick listen.
You're the one that I think about at sunrise. You're the coffee that I drink when the sky's so bright. You're the one that I think about at sunrise. Yeah, you make me feel alright. My Zambezi love, the way that you move.
Now let's get into the fun stuff. We have the compressor section here. And if you know the compressor, you know the attack and the release knobs, right? So the biggest knob here is this ratio knob where you can set the characteristics of the compressor. You have 9 options here and there's a 10th option, which is the Blitz button. So if you press this, this is a 10th characteristic. So very important to understand, when you press the Blitz knob, it will override the ratio. But honestly, whenever I use this plugin, I always press the Blitz knob because it sounded always cool on the track I used it on. Before we move on, we have 2 important knobs here. This is the drive knob. It's gonna give you some vintage heat to your track. And we have a transient knob that preserves your transient. If you want to know how, you just press the question mark and you can read more about it.
You're the one that I think about at sunrise. You're the coffee that I drink when the sky's so bright. You're the one that I think about at sunrise. Yeah, you make me feel alright. My Zambezi love, the way that you move.
Now that we know the compressor, there's a very, very important part left to cover and it's called detection sidechain. We have to think about this section as a unit that shifts the focus of the compressor to a frequency range where we set it to. First, we have the high pass filter here. With this knob, you can ignore frequencies during compression. So let's say you want to preserve your lows. You just crank it up and the compressor will ignore those frequencies. We have the frequency knob here. This one serves to draw the focus to an area you would like to compress more. With the Q, you can narrow and widen the band. And we have the gain. Important to know, when you gain the signal, you're gonna get more compression on that area. And if you want to monitor that area that you selected, you just press this button here and you can listen to the selection. So let's set this thing up to target some boxy frequencies.
You're the one that I think about at sunrise. You're the coffee that I drink when the sky's so bright. You're the one that I think about at sunrise. Yeah, you make me feel alright. My Zambezi love, the way that you moving.
Okay, let's do an A/B.
You're the one that I think about at sunrise. You're the coffee that I drink when the sky's so bright. You're the one that I think about at sunrise. Yeah, you make me feel alright. Mazambezi love, the way that you moving. Mazambezi love, see the things that you do.
You could hear the difference this plugin made on the vocal. You can have also a free alternative option in Logic Pro, the Logic stock compressor. You can do a similar sidechain trick in that plugin too. I have to say I really like the drive and the transient section. This really makes the plugin unique. If you want to have these options, normally you have to add another plugin to your chain. And recently I made a video on how to get that vintage heat vibe to vocals. So if you want to know that, make sure you watch this video next, where we heat up that vocal like a pro. See you there.